Hi, my name is Eric Rakers. I'm the city engineer with the City of De Pere, and today we're here to discuss the upcoming modifications to the Claude Allouez Roundabout. And we have with us Randy Asman from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation, who is going to give us some updates and insight as to what's going on with Claude Allouez Roundabout. We're going to ask him a couple questions, and hopefully he can provide some information to help anticipate and navigate the upcoming changes. Randy, what is going to be occurring at the Claude Allouez Roundabout in the City of De Pere?
What we'll be doing is we have a contractor that will begin work here in the next few weeks to make some changes to the roundabout. And the roundabout changes that will occur is essentially we will be changing some of the lane configurations to 3 of the 4 approaches to the roundabout. So drivers will see some changes here pretty soon, and the intent of the changes, if you will be to help obviously improve some of the backups that are occurring. So exactly what we're doing is we're changing 3 of the 4 entrances to the roundabout, and we're changing the lane configuration of what you can do from those specific lanes.
Okay. You mentioned a little bit there were some traffic concerns. I guess specifically, why is this being done?
As many people know, during the rush hour we experience some delays. You know, in the morning rush hour we experience a delay for those that want to turn left to go across the bridge, and then in the afternoon we have the opposite, where people are coming across the bridge to turn right to go south, also experience a heavy delay. So to help make that improve, the operations of that roundabout improve during the AM and PM specifically, we're changing the lane configurations to help the flow of traffic more freely, and obviously the changes that were occurring or that are going to occur should also improve the safety and minimize those fender bender crashes that are occurring too.
Okay. Now, you said you have a contractor lined up to do this work. In general terms, when do you anticipate it happening?
The work will start in August. What we want to do is we want to get the contractor out there to do the work in August, so that the changes are made prior to the school session starting again at the end of August, early September. So we want to get it done in early to mid-August, so we have some of the daily commuters that use the roundabout when school's not in session even, so they can begin to get used to the different lane configurations. The work will occur at nighttime. So the work will occur overnight, and we'll be making changes to one approach at a time.
Okay. Now, you know, from a driver's standpoint, can you just give me a quick rundown from each approach to the Claude Allouez Roundabout and what a driver can expect as these changes occur?
Yeah, the 3 of the 4 entrances to the roundabout again are changing. The one that to start out from the south going north into the roundabout, that particular approach will change. So the left lane will be a left turn only lane, and the right lane will be a left, a through, and a right. So really the big change there is both lanes coming from the south will be allowed to turn left across the bridge. The left lane today allows you to go straight through, and that will be eliminated. So again, coming from the south, the left lane will be a left only, and the right lane will be a left, a through, and a right. So that should again help that AM rush hour traffic by allowing both lanes to turn left across the bridge. Coming from the west across the bridge, approaching the roundabout, that will change as well. That lane configuration will consist of the right lane now being a right turn only lane. So that change will take place. The left lane will be a through and a left, which is exactly what we have today. So the big change there, again, coming across the bridge, the right lane will be a right turn only lane, which is different than what we have today. And then lastly, the last approach that's going to change is coming from the north. That lane configuration will consist of the left lane will stay the same, will be a left and a through, and the right lane will be a right turn only lane. So again, coming from the north, the right lane is right turn only, and the left lane is a left and a through. So those changes, again, are going to be very apparent, and people should pay attention as the work occurs. Again, each one of these approaches to the intersection, one approach will change each night, and then the drivers will see the next morning that something has changed, and they need to pay attention to the signing and the pavement marking arrows. Essentially, and again, to reemphasize, the important part is to recognize that there's going to be changes, and we want people to pay attention to the signing and the pavement marking arrows without a doubt. They need to do that prior to entering the roundabout. You need to pay attention to those signs. This roundabout is different than the roundabouts on Shearing Road, and are different than the roundabouts that are going to be built on Main Avenue at 41. So the simple part of it is, at every one of the roundabouts, you can always turn left from the left lane and always turn right from the right lane. It's whether or not you want to go straight. You need to pay attention to the signs. The unique thing with this roundabout is you can turn left approaching the roundabout from the south from both lanes. But again, the arrows and the signing can help motorists navigate and pay attention to those markings.
Okay. And you mentioned it briefly, but the discussion about how changes are going to occur one at a time. Can you go into a little more detail about specifically how this construction staging is going to occur, what drivers can anticipate, when this work is going to begin?
Yeah, what will happen is, the first thing drivers will see is we're going to put some message boards out on the approaches to the roundabout, notifying people of upcoming changes to the roundabout. So they'll be warned ahead of time. I can start thinking about some changes coming. We'll tell people on the message boards when that change is going to occur on that approach. Then our contractor will come in and do one approach per night. And after they do that work on that night, changing the lane configuration to something different, as we discussed earlier, then that morning, once they're done, that message board will say lane configuration change or something along those lines, lane usage change, or left turns from left lane only. It will be notifying the users of that approach that something has changed. And the overall intent is that this will take one night per approach, and then a night to do the center of the roundabout itself. So it all should be done in a matter of a week, 2 weeks tops amount of time to do the work.
Okay. So drivers are going to get a couple-week notification with message boards, and then when the actual change occurs, it'll be each day they'll get a new notification, and it'll be about a 5-day process.
Yep.
And again, just so I have an understanding, the changes that are being made now are all pavement marking related changes. There aren't any hard concrete surface changes at this point.
Right, yep. All the changes that we're making are pavement marking as well as the signing. We're not changing any concrete, any curb and gutter. We will be adding some flexible tubular markers, we call them, in some of the areas to help identify and delineate areas where drivers shouldn't be driving, because we're only making these changes in pavement marking at this time. So yeah, nothing more than essentially paint and signs.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like some good information. So anything else that drivers should expect? Any other things we should let them know?
I would say that the roundabout's been open for a number of years, and drivers are aware of how to drive it today. Obviously, when we start making changes, there's going to be some bumps in the road on how some people are going to catch on quickly that morning, that day. Others, it might take some time because they're new drivers coming through the roundabout every day. So I would anticipate drivers are going to see probably some improper lane usage, meaning they're turning they're doing it the old way when it's supposed to be done the new way, and that's going to happen over time. That's why we're doing some of these public outreach efforts. That's why we're putting the message boards out there, and we're going to work with law enforcement. I know they're going to be out there helping people know how to drive it the new way, if you will. So I would expect some growing pains, I guess, initially within the first couple of months, and then hopefully it settles down after that.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, Randy, for giving us the information. Just in closing, there is information available on the city website with the upcoming changes, some verbiage about the changes, along with the diagram of the changes that are occurring. And there are Wisconsin Department of Transportation and city contacts if you wish to speak to somebody about it. And finally, if there are any groups out there that would like to have Randy or someone else from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation come to a meeting to discuss these changes with their drivers or with businesses or whatever, we are available to do that. So just let us know. Thank you.